Hey guys, welcome back to the Smith Hero YouTube channel. If you guys have been watching for any time, you guys will know we're really into drag racing and just racing in general. Today we've been doing a lot of upgrades. I already showed you guys the upgrades inside the shop, like the plasma table and stuff like that, but we did something to upgrade our racing division, you could say. So this is our 2016. It's nicely well used. You guys know I only like to buy things on deals, so this is a 2016. It's a 20 by 8 or 8.5. I can't remember. It's plenty big for what we need to do. My logic was, if I buy a new trailer, I got to do a lot of work to it. Do I want a payment? Not really. If I buy a nicer used trailer, chances are I still got to paint it and do the kind of, you know, make the interior what I want. So we got this one for about $5 grand. It's not rusty. That's the biggest thing. It's got good bones to it. So let's go ahead and take a look inside, and I'll give you guys a plan of what we're doing. It's rough, you know what I mean? It's that's what you get when you buy used stuff. So obviously it's not really finished. There was a bunch of shelving in here, and me and the kids took time and we took all of that out. It looks a lot better on camera. I'm looking at it through the camera right now, and you guys are probably like, oh, it looks great, just put your stuff in here. But it's actually pretty rough. There's no real tie downs. These are just kind of just hanging out with some nuts and bolts through. So I got proper tie downs we're gonna be doing. I got proper electrical we're gonna be doing, because as you can see, there's no outside plug for power. No shore power is what they call it. So what we're gonna be doing is moving the box up. I've already taken out all the extra electrical that we don't need, because we're not living in this, we'll stay in this, if that makes any sense. So we'll have right here, this is where you would feed in the power for the electrical. It's for the breaker box. I'm confident in breaker box stuff. Obviously, this isn't a how-to video, I'm just showing you what I'm doing. If you use common sense, you can wire this stuff up. But it is something that if you're not comfortable with, pay an electrician. I'm gonna have a plug on the outside to have it as shore power. So if, like, say you're sleeping in here at night, you can have the door shut. But we have power ran around to here. This will be on a switch, and the switch is going to control the lights. We have enough bracing up here for AC, but we chose to not worry about AC right now. We can do it down the road. This little guy will be fine. We're going to have the doors open all the time. It'll be fine. And then we got to tear up this floor. We're going to epoxy the floors. We're going to paint the walls. Just trying to get it to where it's nice, that we can take this thing out, be happy, be proud, and have a good time at the track. So obviously there's a bunch of little random things. So you can see daylight's all right there. Somebody backed in to something here. So that's another thing we're gonna be doing. Whenever they backed into it, this cable they repaired, this one they just left dangling. So gotta repair that so the door's nice and easy to open up. We're gonna check out this wood. I think this wood will be okay, but I have to take all this stuff off, and yeah, it's a lot of crap. So I'll just take you guys along, and hope you enjoy it. So life goes fast, so I forgot to record. Here's how the sub panel turned out. All this is wired up exactly how it was. The only difference is now, instead of plugging it in inside, I now have an outlet on the outside. So it just comes up, got all these outlets working, got the light switch working, so some little lights. Kids like it, they're helping out today. I have the shore power set up right here. It just goes right into there. It's nice and easy. We are gonna have to be replacing some wood. You guys will see it. Over there, it's fine, but this side is just fully cooked. So hopefully it'll just be this back. But yeah, just gonna start tearing this stuff up. Now we're gonna be starting on taking out the flooring, and this stuff's the hardest part. Here you can see the kids are helping. Cam's doing his best Happy Gilmore impression. Yeah, now we're realizing we're trying to pull it. It's not coming up. It's yeah. So tried heat, tried everything. I even went to Lowe's. I bought 2 different kinds of scrapers. This one's just like a big generic scraper, whereas here you can see now I got one with an actual razor blade, which actually worked very well. But if you weren't too careful, it would dig into the floor and just gouge it terribly. So as you can see, we're working together. I went and I rented one of those big industrial floor sanders with the lowest grit they had. I think it was like 10 or 20 grit. That was the best $75 we could have spent. I spent more than that buying those 2 scrapers, and that sander was it was a game changer. There was no way we were gonna get it done without it. Now I'm back here taking the wood up, and let me tell you, that was a terrible task. If you think that anyone who put this stuff down would have not stripped every single Phillips screw, you'd be definitely wrong. So I had to basically dig all that stuff out. Again, we got it out though. It was just a pain.
Hey guys, today we're gonna work on the trailer.
And that's my man. He's just, the kids were a great help on this project. So now, obviously, since all this wood on the end was actually rotted, we just went ahead and put some like farm paint on it. You just go to Tractor Supply, you get tractor paint. It's really easy, you just paint it on. We got all the wood pre-cut. It was just way easier, and it wasn't terribly expensive, but it's also not something you want to just go and spend $80 on a sheet, you know what I mean? Here we are taping off. We just got a regular house sprayer that we use in the house when we're doing all kinds of projects, and we just got some regular old exterior satin white. It's fine. It's the cheapest stuff I could find, and the kids, we let them paint in the trailer, because a lot of times at the racetrack you'll see nothing but kids on tablets. I don't like that, so give them some markers and some paintbrushes, and they're having a good old time. Now we're on to putting the epoxy on the floor. Since it's all been sanded, this stuff just goes right on, no problem. This is the Rust-Oleum 2-part epoxy, and it was a 2-car garage epoxy kit that you can just get anywhere, Amazon, Lowe's, whatever. We went to Lowe's and got this because my stepdad's a veteran, and you can get a veteran's discount. That's really the only preference. So this stuff, it rolls on really well. Obviously, you paint the edges and stuff first. Go ahead and roll out the rest of it. It's not a big deal. And then with all the excess, we definitely had excess on both. So like we did 1 coat, and then I had Jamie go and just do a whole other extra little bit on the end on both of the pieces, just because I wanted to use it and to make it a little bit stronger. Got all that painted. We had some extra, but we just waited 1 entire day, and then we started doing the 2nd coat the next day. And as she's doing the coats, I'm throwing the chips with the kids. You can see they're kind of just throwing it all over the place. That was a little bit of a pain, because in the end we actually did run out of chips. I decided to throw it real heavy, but I also had the kids throwing it, so a lot of it didn't make it in the trailer. A lot of it made it outside on the ground and had to be vacuumed up. All in all, it turned out really good. We've driven on it a couple times so far, and it has not come up. Now we're just putting in random stuff that we know we're gonna need. We got a toolbox. Just try your best not to overload it. Try to keep the tongue weight as light as possible. Here we're throwing in Pit Boss tie downs. These ones worked really well. You just drill the holes and throw it on in. You're good to go. Now let's see if the car fits. So guys, there it is. Trailer is all done. Car's in here, plenty of room to spare. So here's where my tie downs are in the front. It's perfect. And I'm gonna put wheel chocks in between the front and rear tires. So I'll have those, but yeah, I got plenty of room. So even if this shifts a little bit, we still should be safe. So I'm very happy. Like, I've been wanting this for a long time. It's a little tight getting in and out of. I need to slim down, but for the most part, we're in here and we're pretty dialed. I can still get all the way around the car. The doors are their own thing, but we still got plenty of room. So even if we're broke and somebody needs some help, we can grab some tools out here for people. There's 100% room for our little four-wheeler, the big one. There's just no way that's fitting, but we'll be perfectly fine for that. Plenty happy. It was a lot of work. One thing we just added on was this trailer flap. This is more so like the kids don't get their legs caught. It definitely bowed a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. It's not too crazy. Like, honestly, that could have been just from shipping. But for right now, it looks pretty good. Plenty happy. It was a ton of work. Was it worth it? I think so in the end, because we're gonna get a lot of use out of this. I've been caught in a flash storm where on the open trailer where it was just not good for the car. So I'm plenty happy now. We have this. We have room for pretty much anything we need. I'm not gonna go crazy and overload it, but I think everything here is good to go. If there's anything I didn't show you, let me know. I tried to be as detailed as I could, but this took me a long time. It was just a lot of work, so, but it's definitely worth it. So see you guys in the next one.
Like, comment, and subscribe.